GitHub releases an SDK for GitHub Copilot, and Google releases open source translation models. This and more in this episode of Developer News for the calendar week 3. The Copilot Studio extension for Visual Studio Code is now generally available. This extension allows integrating your normal developer workflow, like using Git, directly into developing agents. On the Visual Studio Code website, there is a new search bar that can very quickly search through all the documentation and release notes of VS Code. It was built using WebAssembly. The Visual Studio Code team released a blog post covering on how they built this feature. This blog post is linked in the description. In GitHub projects, there is a new hierarchy view that you can enable in the view settings. The hierarchy view shows sub-issues of the issues added in the project directly in the board. In the announcement post, GitHub also stated that features to create new sub-issues and reorder them will also come directly to GitHub projects. On OpenCode, that's an open source agent platform, it is now possible to use your GitHub Copilot subscription if you are a pro subscriber or have a higher tier. Just type /connect and select GitHub Copilot. If you are using Bring Your Own Key for GitHub Copilot, there are now a few new options. AWS Bedrock, Google AI Studio, and any OpenAI compatible provider like Anthropic or Microsoft Foundry. GitHub announced the Copilot SDK that allows you to integrate Copilot functionality in your app. For the start, the SDK is available for Node.js, Go, Python, and .NET. This SDK even enables advanced things like multi-turn conversations. That's definitely nice for IDEs where GitHub Copilot is not available yet. GPT 5.2 is now generally available on GitHub Copilot, and the following models now shown on screen will be deprecated in the near future. Google releases a new suite of open translation models. These are called TranslateGemma and are built on Gemma 3. It can translate across 55 languages and comes in 3 variants: 4B, 12B and 27B. These are available to download from Hugging Face and other platforms. The Entra PowerShell module version 1.2.0 introduces functionality to use agent identity blueprints. Among other changes, you can find this changelog and all mentioned blog posts in the description. That's already it for this week. Leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode, and see you next week.